This is going to be, everything else will be the same though. If it's worth that I talk, I don't know. I'll just kind of talk every now and then. Just kind of let out my thoughts. So I'll kind of think about that as an option here. NETE, I'm keeping a close eye on this one. I think I'm going to trade this one pre-market. This is definitely going to be a bumpy little road here, so I apologize already, but let's just embrace the week for what it is. All the more after this week. So, NETE lead gapper here. I also really quickly here, I'm going to throw this up. Again, I don't know if you guys see what's going on. BBI 100 excessive armpit sweat phase to the market opens. Phase 3. Yeah, so this was phase 3. Big news, 8 million float. I mean, this thing has huge spikeability. I went ahead and traded it twice pre-market. 15 cents a share profit. Actually, 16 cents. See a little bit break higher. But it did not work. So eventually this one I closed out for break even. So that was my BBI trade. I'll be spike back above 260. So let's see what we get on that one. SA also looking really hot, but has been pulling off kind of a lot. So I'm a little bit nervous here in this 6.8 area. This was a very aggressive sell-off. I'll be watching EDSA out of the gate for sure. 180% gapper pre-market, 5 million float. Again, really hot catalyst. NETE as well, 5 million float. Merger news, 110% gapping up pre-market. So a lot of hot stuff today. Let's keep it. Open here. I got my limit to buy at around 250. Not placed yet, but that's what I'm looking for. So BBI, keeping a close eye. I'm not going to blindly jump in this one. I want to see a bit of resolution first. But this one could be a really nice entry. I think we're going to probably get a quick move on BBI. Whew, here we go. This is what I was worried about, but we were expecting. Let's see how far this thing can go down. I don't really feel like I want to enter it just yet. Still a lot of resistance. Maybe closer to $2 is something that I would. Could be a setup here. Super. Oh yeah, it just said excellent connection here for a second. Okay, well we'll just keep doing what we do here, guys. Again, I deeply apologize from the bottom of my heart. I was under the impression that this place had at least 5 megabytes per second, but that's just life for you. You just never really know, especially when you travel. Traveling is the antichrist when it comes to, I don't know, trying to work and do things. That's what I've learned in my life. I think Elon Musk has some interesting quotes on traveling. BBI, guys, this is the one we did pre-market several times. I'm going to be focusing on the recap videos or talking about these trades on the recaps only. I don't want to waste any of the precious time that we have on in terms of excellent connection. I do have one trade left to make today. We're up over $100 so far with the 2 pre-market trades and the 1 EDSA bounce trade. So let's see what happens. Maybe we're just gonna keep getting good excellent connection for the remainder of the day. That would be huge. I would be jumping with joy. It would be ridiculous. EDSA, guys, trying again here. Maybe it's going to be in a second attempt. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't really know if I want to be buying breakouts or pullbacks or anything. I mean, breakouts in general. I feel like buying dips today is a little bit more beneficial. Gideon, funny comment. So I'm gonna play calm here. EDSA would like another trade on it. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, I feel you with that. Still decent amounts of sell volume on EDSA. I don't really feel like I need to get aggressive on it just yet, but I do like the fact that the 9-minute EMA is below. I wouldn't be surprised if we had another test here above VWAP. It is 10:16. It's kind of getting close to that time where, you know, if it's going to try, it's going to probably happen fairly soon here. So let's see if we can hold the highs here a little bit. And buying pullbacks on the way would probably be the way I'm going to treat this one. I would probably need to do a bit smaller position size since I've already used quite a bit of my buying power today. Especially I used quite a bit on that last trade actually. I'm watching BBI, but so far I am not seeing a reason why I want to jump in. It's still selling off. Bigger support at 2. Wouldn't be surprised if we got closer to it, unless, you know, BBI starts having a I don't think you can trade without buying power unless you have over 25,000, which technically means then you have buying power. EDSA, guys, trying for that crack here. This is a good one to watch. I really like what I'm seeing here. 6.7 is a breakout zone. Sweet stuff. Renee, that's a good answer actually. It's all about practice, guys. EDSA is looking pretty solid here. Looking better and better. This does look like it could be a breakout of VWAP. I'm going to keep a close eye on this one. EDSA does look really good from here. Boom! 710. See what kind of follow through we get on this one. Volume's still kind of light for a breakout. Might try to look for a potential pullback buy on this one. Don't really like buying breakouts below VWAP. Definitely momentum coming back into EDSA. Planned entry on EDSA is a potential pullback. I don't think I'm going to buy the breakout of VWAP if it does happen, which it looks like it's going to do it right now. Boom. Okay, so it did break out. Shoulda, coulda, woulda got the entry closer to 650 on that second candle, on that second red candle. That's actually what I wanted. No rush. Let's just keep watching the price action here. About 150 shares is probably what I will do, which is a little bit lighter than my last trade, but I don't actually have that much buying power left today. Bit of an aggressive pullback here, actually. A lot of sell volume, guys. Keep an eye out for that. EDSA, watching it closely. Still a lot of sell volume. Watching EDSA closely. I would like a buy maybe above or around 6.7. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, but that's kind of what I'm keeping my eye on. Maybe we'll get a little pullback below the 9-minute EMA. Maybe we're going to have a little bit nicer of a setup here. BBI giving me anxiety. Who's a man? That's really funny. I think we've all been there and we can all relate to it. I know I can definitely relate to that. Getting like heat sweats. I actually feel kind of warm right now. I'm wearing a sweater, but it's pretty chilly. It's like very fresh here. EDSA, guys, 180% pre-market gap, 5 million float, Canadian biotech, expedited approval of phase 2 of 3 initiated. So this one is a hot stock. It was just up quite a bit pre-market and kind of, taking some profits, a little bit of consolidation, totally healthy. So this thing could absolutely rip. I'm looking at it very closely. BBI kind of pulling back again here. Could be a really good. Huzaman, that's awesome. I like the dedication. I love the dedication, guys. We trade no matter what, no matter if we're on an island or on a plane, on a country house, at a gas station. That's how we do it here on this channel. Sometimes the trading environments aren't ideal, and we don't complain. We just do it. We do whatever we can. Big dip on BBI, bouncing. That could have been a really, really good bounce trade. If I don't know if anyone did it. That's right, Kyle. You tell him. Huzaman, no stress about that. All right, guys. EDSA is 100% in play here. Let's see if we can get an entry before this puppy gets halted. This has been a pretty savage run so far. We're talking about 40% move so far. $127 million so far on the day being traded on EDSA. Big break here at 850. Wow, this thing is not giving up right now. 26% move, guys. Huge stuff we're seeing. Wow, the retired BHAD. That is a really nice trade. $1.30 a share. That's epic. $7.5, guys, is the big support and resistance zone. Maybe we'll get a little retest here. Putting a limit order at 755. Removing this limit order for now, just kind of watching the price action. EDSAs might break the 50 zone. Testing the 9-minute EMA now. A lot of selling pressure still on this one. Man, Terry, I'm super sorry to hear that. I've definitely been in that same position. A lot of sell volume on EDSA. That's why I've constantly kind of somehow been a little bit overly cautious on it. So far, a lot of the breakouts had not nearly the kind of right amount of buying volume. Giving this one a little bit longer here, we might see a breakout above 8.4, 8.5, but I'd rather probably see a little bit more consolidation. Maybe we'll see a bit of an ABC pattern here, but this is looking pretty hot, guys. 10:28 a.m. 8.5 breaking out. Whew. So far, no trades from me on this recent move here with EDSA. BBI could be breaking 2. If BBI breaks 2, I think it could be a really, really nice trade, about 190. ABC pattern forming on EDSA, bigger bull flag. Let's see what happens. So far, the $7, 750, 760, 770 zone is holding pretty well. Not really, Tristan. That's a good question though. Here we go. EDSA big breakout. Possible entry at 4.5. I mean 8.5. Limit order at 8.55. I missed this breakout. Wow, this was insane. This was a 26% move here. Surprised it didn't get halted. I'm actually not sure why it didn't get halted. Not looking to buy it near the high here. Looks like I underestimated EDSA for sure. Canceling current limit order. Woo-hoo-hoo! Anyone trading this one? This is just absolutely heavy stuff here. I don't necessarily feel comfortable anymore buying here. I feel like it's a little bit overextended. I should have got more aggressive on the way up, but I felt like the volume wasn't there yet. Here we eventually actually had some decent volume, and I think this was the big entry I missed here at $8. So right now I'm just kind of keeping an open mind, seeing how this thing kind of plays out. 670, that was a phenomenal entry, David. Amiri up. KJC at 9. Maybe consider, I don't know, restarting everything. It's tough to say, man. I'm sure you've already tried that. EDSA pulling back here. 9-minute EMA could be an entry point. Just touched the 9-minute EMA. That would have been a potential entry. $10:33 a.m. This was a pretty serious run up already. This was almost a 70% rally. IDSA pulling back a little bit. This is why I was a little bit cautious with trading a potential continuation here. Let's see if this dips below the 8. This could be a backside of a move entry, guys, which means you want to take profits a little quicker since this may no longer be a breakout continuation. This might just be a little bit of a bounce. Just keep that in mind here if you're buying a dip. Awesome here, TA. We started with $4,000. Right now we're at 6.576. Big pullback there. Huge bounce right below 8. New minute about to start. No news came out. Is this the bounce, or are we going to still see a bit more sell-off? Could be a bounce right here. 3% already. Hit this 7.81 zone. Still selling off. A lot of sell-off here. Buyers back in. I actually wanted to buy that dip. I didn't have my limit order ready to go. 8% bounce so far. Congrats to anyone that got that. I didn't get it. Crack of VWAP would make me very excited to enter this one. I would have already closed this one out if I traded this one. Looking for a break of VWAP. Bigger support near 7. That's definitely true. Hockey's help for sure. I just wasn't fully, I didn't have the conviction behind it. I think that was my problem. Not necessarily the entry alone. I think I just wasn't really ready to jump on it. I'm keeping a close eye on EDSA. I'm watching BBI on my other screen. And so far, I mean, it could be a really hot entry soon here, but I'm not convinced. TA, how long did it take to make 2K? It's actually took a little bit longer than I expected. I mean, we've been doing this challenge now for almost 6 months. The last 2 months, I made about zero progress. And I have been paying myself 25% of every month's profit. So we're actually probably over $7,000 so far in profit. But I think I'm actually going to slow down doing that since I switched this to the Roth IRA account. I'll talk about that in the recap video. There's so many changes that I'm going to be making this week. I'm going to talk about that all in the recap video today. But basically, I moved this into my Roth IRA. So right now, you guys will notice in the top left it says Roth IRA. Nothing else changed. I made sure that all the numbers were the same, but they're here we go. EDSA pulling back one more time. Let's see if we can get an entry at 7. Remember, backside moves, they're very quick. I'm not looking to make 5-10%. I'm looking to make 3 to 4 on a backside move like this. Could be breaking the 5. Secondary bounce off of VWAP. Big sellers though. No news. DGLY, yeah, I see it popping up here. 750 looks like it could break any second now. 742, back above 750. BBI, guys, at 89, 189. We were talking about this one for quite some time here today. This could be a really nice dip buy on BBI. Alania EDSA, I'm looking at an entry around 7. BBI, I'm looking for an entry around 1.8. Obviously, the actual entry might vary, but those are two key areas. BBI is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red 5-minute candles in a row. That's pretty aggressive. So this thing, you know, is definitely losing a little bit of steam here on the sell-offs. It's nice that the stream is kind of working again. Yeah, EDSA is doing hot tamales, that's for sure. EDSA trying to break higher here, but struggling a little bit. That VWAP bounce was actually quite nice on EDSA. Gotta admit, it's pretty solid stuff. So far, I've only made 32 bucks on BBI, but that's actually about 6% because that was done with a pre-market trade where I only used half position size. So this was actually a pretty nice trade. Actually, it was pretty decent, like 5-6% on that one. BBI might sell off here. EDSA pulling back and BBI pulling back. Both of them are potential entries on a dip. Joe, that's really weird. BBI trying again, one more dip here. I gotta say, BBI though is really losing steam. So if we do get a dip in the low 80s, I'd probably be quick to buy it, but I'm not even sure if we're gonna get that. EDSA looks like it might break 7 here. Move my limit order down a little bit more. 691. $723. So far it's holding. Doesn't look like it's going to break 7. $26 broken. Limit order placed on BBI at 81, just in case. Moving it up to 82, actually. EDSA pulling back again. 717, 704. Can we break 7? Nope, doesn't look like it. I would have got executed if I left my limit order at 7. 714. 709. We might actually break it here. 703. This could be a crack. Nope, again, failed. Back bouncing now. Yep, shoulda, coulda, woulda left my limit order at the 7. About 3% up already. Placing new limit order at 78. Still have a limit order on BBI at 1.82. Remember, guys, EDSA is on the backside of the big moves. You want to take profits quickly on this one. Limit order at 6.77 or 6.78. So I missed the bounce at 7. I actually had a perfect limit order at 705. Shoulda, coulda, woulda left that limit order. I would have already closed it out. I would have took my 4% profit and moved on. Have another limit order at BBI. At 182. Big buyers at like 135 roughly. BBI looks like it's bouncing here. Didn't go below 185 BBI. Having a nice breakout. Removing my limit order on EDSA, just kind of watching the price action a little bit here. Looks like I missed BBI, which is a little bit upsetting. I'm not sure about RTW. I didn't really check it out yet today. BBI might break above $2 again. That was the big move I was waiting for, so I kind of missed that dip. I have one more trade I can make today. Let's see what happens. Whew, if you guys are enjoying the fact that the stream is working again, at least a little bit, don't forget to drop a like. Again, I apologize for the issues we had this morning. It is what it is. That's just life sometimes. You gotta make do with what you have. Yeah, it's working a little bit. I got my lawn chair here. Man, I'm just straight up chilling. We're up decent, so you missed EDSA with a giant rally. Now we're looking for the backside of a move. BBI bounced off 1.85, trying to break back above 2. There was over, I think, 8 or 9 red 5-minute candles on BBI. So big sell-off there. 1.8 is massive multi-month support and resistance. So there was a lot of front running in that area. I probably should have front run a bit myself, but I didn't want to get chopped out. BBI looks like it might break above 2 really nicely here. I'm going to throw it on the chart really quick. You can see it's having a nice little 1 minute pullback after a 5 minute breakout. Just remember, this is, a stock that's just selling off constantly, although it does have good news and nice 8 million float. So this one should have been a bit more explosive, but it's been selling off all day. So usually a red flag. Might have a nice bounce though. EDSA pulling back. I don't have a limit order on EDSA. Satoshi. I think they really enjoyed that. Farhad, Alex, hi, EDSA. Yeah, man, I'm watching EDSA. I wanted to bounce off a 7. I chickened out on it. I moved out my limit order and I missed it. So I don't know how I feel about EDSA. It's just doing its thing. We'll see if I end up trading it here. Tristan, yeah, I think it's not a bad rule. I think a lot of people have a TUS rule like that. It's definitely a valid point. Since I'm at this country house, I'm like literally sitting on a lawn chair. I feel like I'm just leaning back for a lot today. Uh, Usually I'm not leaning back so much. Usually I'm standing and I'm at my standing desk. So this is like very kind of a funny atmosphere for me to trade in, but uh, it's still good fun. Guys, watch out with BBI. This thing is just it's pulling back. I'm gonna remove my limit order at 1.8, 1.82. I'm gonna remove it. I don't feel that confident in it. Let's kind of check out some of these other stocks. We haven't really been looking at too much besides EDSA and BBI. GNUS, yeah, it had the Arnold Schwarzenegger news and whatnot, but to me, I still feel like it's on the bit of the backside of a big move. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of swing trading on GNUS. I would probably consider doing that. I would be looking for big dips on GNUS. I want to be very careful and mindful of the fact that this could have some very aggressive direct public offering at one point. Didn't it have an offering not too long ago? So yeah, buying dips on this thing maybe at $4, around $4 could be really, really nice. And I'll probably be looking for a little bit more of that pretty soon here, because I'm going to make a few switch ups here to this overall challenge I'll talk about in the recap video. Nothing too major, but I did move the challenge into my IRA account. So that alone is a kind of a big change. It doesn't really affect trading or anything, but we'll talk about it in the recap video. Satoshi, waiting for the Hertz to hit $2 so you can retire. Hey, if it does anything like it has been doing, it hits $2 and then it runs up 100, 200%. So it's been ridiculous. DGLY hitting some big support here at 490s. Could be a little bit of a bounce. Big hustle man, says China. Wow, NOVN today, huh? Really nice morning. IMRN, let's see what we got here. Not really too interesting, really consolidated near 10, but it had a pretty hot morning. If you guys got this trade in the morning, it had a nice breakout pullback here, and this was a 20% run, so kind of had to be quick though on that. HGSH, I don't know. It is what it is here at 1.25. Probably won't be touching it. I like the stocks that we're trading today. I think we're looking at really good stuff, and I don't really see why I would switch it up. So far, EMAN, big resistance here at 1.2. CHNR, guys, this was so wicked. This was just the most wicked pullback, and then pre-market, it bounced like 168%. But check out this pullback that CHRN had. I mean, it just was non-stop. To like 138 or so, or 130s from $6, and just in one continuous run. That was the biggest, meanest sell-off. But that bounce, if anyone got that bounce pre-market, it was pretty hot. No, retired BHAD. I did retired bad. How should I pronounce that? Because I always look at your name and I'm never sure how to say the last part. But anyway. I did an internal cash transfer, and I only transferred like 400 something dollars, because in my cash account, the challenge account, I moved over like the missing amount, because there was already like 6,000 something dollars in my IRA account. So I only had to move the difference. And the difference was there was $6,021. I'll just there, I moved the last part into my IRA because the $6,474 was the challenge account. The $6,000 was my IRA account. I moved over $453 with an internal transfer, and now we started the day off with $6,474 in my IRA account. So that means we're up basically $100 on the IRA account today, which makes sense because if you go here, you can see P&L on the day we're up like $102. So this is totally the challenge account. I just moved into my IRA. Yeah. Nothing really mind-blowing. Just want you guys to know the facts. But no, the cash settled right away. Probably because it was an internal transfer. I'm not totally sure, but I think that's the reason why. Although I can trade the cash, I just don't think I can move it back out. I think it is settling. The retired. I think it is settling, but I can trade it. Markets are all red, but they're recovering quite nicely. Let's go back to EDSA. I think EDSA is really the one I want to be watching today. I think it does have maybe some potential to do a little bit of something. Oh, right as I say that, we do have a little bit of a Ripsky here. I'd be very careful with this one. I'm not totally convinced. I'm scared that EDSA is going to have one of those very long, aggressive sell-off days that we saw with CHNR on Friday. That's why I'm not totally convinced about trading it. Anyone's looking at BBI, just be really careful. It is trying to break out here, but it has very low volume. I wouldn't be convinced on this breakout. I think it's going to be a fake out. That's just my honest opinion. You guys take it however you want. Obviously, don't trade based off what I say, but I'm looking at BBI as well, and I don't like this breakout. It looks a little weak to me, so I'm not going to be trading it. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. That's just my thoughts on it. VBIV, let's check it out. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong about BBI. Maybe I'm wrong. It looks like it could be 200 any moment here. Boom! BBI just broke 203. Looks like I was wrong. That volume came in a little bit here. Still not that much volume though. Still very on the light end. Could still be a fake out. I don't know. We'll see. I might trade it, but at the moment, I'm not trading it. VBIV. What do we got here? What do we got? Pretty okay move. I'm not blown away by this one. My problem with VBIV, and anyone that's been here for a little bit probably already knows this, is this whole move is only 20%. It's not really that interesting to me. We're looking for like 2-3 green candles right here, and this should be 10-20% alone in 3 candles. So this one has a very low rate rate of change. I think that's what I always say. I'm having like a brain fart right now. So I'm very, very cautious with VBIV. Not a lot of volume today either. On Babad, BA. Oh, Bud. I haven't heard Bud in such a long time. I thought it was a ticker. That's how long it's been for me to hear Bud. Let's see, Boeing. I think Boeing's going to be a really nice buy at one point. Obviously, this 152 zone seems like a pretty big pivot area, maybe even 155, 153. I would probably dip buy BA. I don't think Boeing is going anywhere. There's only 2 major, Boeing and Airbus, 2 major airline manufacturers, and Boeing is also very heavily invested in the space program. I think Boeing's not going anywhere, and I think for investing and swing trading, any dip buy in Boeing is going to be pretty nice. So that's how I feel about Boeing. But for day trading, I don't really day trade these large caps. Although you got to say, look at these breakout pullback. I mean, it's trading like a small cap today. It's not too bad. This whole move though is very small, 3%. So that's why I don't trade these. I got to say, BBI does look kind of good. I'm just not a big fan of these slow reversals. You can really get on the wrong side of them. I'd rather be buying dips when we're below VWAP. EDSA pulling back again here. Yeah, BBI is still selling off. So this is why I was so cautious with BBI. I didn't really feel the need to be trading this one. This thing could just sell off all day. I'd be very careful here. It sure is fun to watch BBI though. Just the way it moves is kind of fun to watch. What are my thoughts on WKHS? Oh Lord, I don't know. 3.6 all the way here. Are the gates 15%, 9% on the day. We haven't traded this one in quite some time. Let me quickly, all accounts. Did we trade this one? I feel like, okay, we had a little bit of a trade here, a little bit of a loss. Not too much volume on this day. I'm not even really sure why I was trading this one, but this would have been a good swing trade actually. 39%. It does look like it's breaking higher. You know, $4 was a big resistance zone on this one, and we definitely went ahead and broke $4. As long as you know what kind of catalyst this thing has, why it's up, it could be interesting to keep watching. This one so far is trending to the upside, above 180-day moving average. Bigger volume on the buying the green days, so WKHS could be interesting. I don't know much about the company, but technicals looks pretty hot from here. 4.5 will be an interesting kind of breakout zone, and then again here at $5 and $5.50 as well. One AP Pro, we've all been there. Yeah, Michael, for sure. I mean, I would definitely be up more, but I am up, you know, over 10% based on my average position size today. So today's not a bad day. I'm pretty happy with today so far. So, you know, you missed some, that's fine. But yeah, I definitely could have, should have, would have been a bit more aggressive on some of those backside moves, 100%. Yeah, we're up $102 so far, 70 on EDSA and 32 on BBI. Still watching both of them. Maybe we'll get another trade here. 11.10 so far. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that the TOS lag didn't hit me as hard. Actually, it did hit me, but I realized if I was not switching between tickers, TOS was actually totally fine. So it's really like if you just didn't move the tickers. So I was looking at EDSA and BBI, and I just didn't move. I didn't type in any new tickers. I tried to type in some tickers and it didn't work, and then I went back to my original tickers. So for me, it was frozen as well. But I realized if I didn't touch it, it actually started working okay. EDSA, guys, kind of back in the game here a little bit, having a nice little pullback to the 9-minute EMA. Not too shabby. This could be an interesting stock here. It's 11.11. Should we all make a wish that EDSA goes back above 10? NH, too late to buy. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep watching EDSA here. Yeah, I feel you on that, Satoshi. I wasn't expecting it either. Bit more sell volume than I would have wanted on that candle, but still looking kind of interesting. I don't like the fact that EDSA constantly has these random news articles coming about it. You know, they're good articles, but they tend to spook the price, and I don't like that. I'll be right back. I got a friend in me. EDSA, guys, top gapper on the day now. Could be a really, really hot setup. Having a bit of a pullback here, but it's holding its highs. I'm still worried about the news articles constantly on EDSA. 5 million float. It's the lowest float stock that we have today. Although I think NETE could be a bit lower. I think it actually is lower. NET might even start trending to the upside here in a little bit again. So I'm kind of interested to watch this one a little bit closer here. I like that, Satoshi. Sounds good. I'll check out LK for a possible swing. LK. What's the news on LK? Or just general technicals? NETE, guys. Volume kind of came out again on this one. It had a lot of consolidation here after a big 160% rally. Kind of gave back 34% of that. About $10 big resistance, so let's see what we can get out of it. Kelly, that's so true. It's been freaking me out. Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, I'm having flashbacks. Thanks for that reminder, Michael. Close eye on NETE. I would probably buy a pullback under 50. 11.18. Merger news, small float. Up 40 cents, 30 cents for my ideal entry. A lot of these breakouts later in the day tend to fake me out quite a bit. I won't be buying this breakout, unfortunately, unless it pulls back. Yep, Satoshi, really good point on that. Totally agree. Volume building up here on NETE. Could see that break of 10 any moment. Back to 970. Wow, very choppy here. There we go. There's the breakout we were waiting for. I wanted the entry. I was just a little bit too cautious on my limit order, so I missed this one. NETE does look pretty good. NETE pulling back again here. Watching it closely. Also watching EDSA, NIO. Let me pull it up. Very nice consistent growth on this one. Little too slow to day trade for a swing trade though, could be really interesting. $8, big resistance there, so at the moment we're still on the journey. NETE just had a bit of a pullback here. There's a lot of sell volume on this one. Yeah, Gideon, I feel you, man. I think I would have got stopped out on NETE, and that's why I never pulled the trigger on it. Somehow I didn't really like what I saw. I would have liked the entry maybe at this 40 zone, and then maybe sold into the break here, but this all happened so fast, I don't even know. About a 7-8% move, but walking away with even 3 to 4% of that would have been pretty good. It's just, this was a pretty tricky one. Just had to be quick. Just not a very nice breakout somehow. Wow, the screen, I look so white in that screen. I'm just like a ghost. I'm like Casper right now, which is weird. I thought I got pretty tan, but I think it's maybe my light. The lighting in this room is very weird. To see no clear setup yet. Yeah, that's exactly what you got to be looking for. EDSA, technically the lead gapper on the day, biggest volume, keeping a close eye on it. Was hoping we get like maybe a little bit of an explosion again on this one, but it is holding its highs quite well. I do think we might see another really nice move on EDSA. I thought it was going to be dead if it went below 7. It didn't go below 7. I still have pretty high hopes now for it. Kind of new high hopes for it in a way. XSPA could be an interesting call. They had that really nice $4 support zone. Big question is, is XSPA going to wake up again? And is it going to have a big rally again past 7? That's the big question. I'm not sure. I feel you guys. That always annoying cash issue, it's quite stressful. So far, XSPA is kind of having a nice little day. No more than really 10% here on XSPA. So again, for day trading, isn't really what I'm looking for. BBI, guys, at 1.82. We were looking at, that's the zone we were looking at for quite some time. Looks like it's 1.81 now. Again, this one probably will just keep pulling back. So I'm very careful with BBI. I wanted that bounce off of 1.8 originally. We didn't hit my limit order at about 1.82. It ended up bouncing about 8-9%, but missed that whole run, which is fine because it wasn't the hottest stock, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, NH has a really nice long-term chart, I gotta say. Really, really nice. Holding true to support and resistance. If you could break, it seems like it's constantly just breaking out higher and higher. So this looks pretty good. Clearly great swing trade. Already from 45 cents in last year fall all the way to 345. So pretty amazing swing trade on NH for sure. I think today we're doing all right. I only made 3 trades today, 2 of which were pre-market with half position size. We're up about $102, and for the fact that probably today alone my average position size was $600 trade and $600 trade and like a $1,300 trade. We're probably in between like $800-900 position size on average. So the fact that I'm up 10 we're probably up like 12% today. So that's pretty sweet. NH, in terms of day trading, it's not even the worst one to day trade. It's just very light on volume, but you can still get these kind of nice little moves here. Just light volume, so I typically don't look at these to day trade. But yeah, for swing trading, always interesting. Bigger volume coming in on EDSA now. Again, little pop of news here at 29. I honestly thought that this news came out actually earlier. 11:07. Why does it say 29 here? Ooh, NETE just had a very vicious little dip here below $9. Never something fun to witness. All right, guys, I'm not really seeing any trades I want to be part of. I might at one point kind of see another trade. I have some ideas I want to share with you guys as well in the recap video. There's a few more things I want to think about what I'm going to be doing with this small account challenge. I think there are going to be some really fun ideas. Not switching up too much, but at the same time, possibly a few things. And we're still going to keep the core of the $25,000 challenge. So there's just some ideas with strategies, and I'll talk about it a bit more in the recap video. So I would love to get your guys' feedback. And it really comes, a part of that is the margin account I'm going to be opening soon, so we can trade unlimited. So I'll be able to trade a bit more, obviously, with the unlimited account. And then, you know, how do we want to be growing the IRA account so we're not tripping over ourselves? It's going to be a really, really interesting kind of thing. So far, I love the growth on the IRA account. I know we can keep growing it. I think everything is tested. Everything works well. So there's that part is thankfully a giant check mark, right? We know the gap and go challenge works. We know, you know, momentum trading is possible. We know that we can be consistently profitable. So that's a really good big check mark for now. So this is going to be kind of like the next phase. Let's see how much where we can take it. I'll explain everything in more detail in the recap video. I'm going to be wrapping up now. It's 11:33. I'm super stoked that the internet started kind of working a little bit better here. I do want to let's just hope for the best tomorrow morning. If it's a little bit choppy out of the gates, again, I apologize, which probably will happen tomorrow again. But let's see. Ooh, nice entry, Shad. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. Again, definitely check out the recap video today. There's also one of the changes are so we can focus more on some swing trading opportunities holding overnight, which I always want to be very cautious on, but I want to talk about that a little bit more. So definitely don't forget to hit the like button like Michael says. Definitely subscribe. Let's keep building this community. It's getting better and better. Just so much learning possibilities here for everyone. I'm going to be wrapping up now. So till this evening and till the stream tomorrow, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Check out the /connect link in the video description below. There's the Discord group, there's the Facebook group, and all that good stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Fun trading with everyone today. Ciao, ciao.